Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive,
Hey, and I'm Bree Swanson from Small Medium at Large.
and we are so happy to be back tonight. And we are talking about healing crystals. We're continuing in the series about crystals that will bring about and enhance your emotional and psychological healing. Because there are so many, we've had to break this out into a series of, I don't know, 7 or 8. Um, So we'll try to go roughly in alphabetical order, and hopefully that'll make it easier for those of you who are taking notes to organize your thoughts and find information and things faster the next time you need it.
Mm.
So I know Bree has some do's and don'ts, so I'll let her talk to you about that because they're really great things to keep in mind.
Yeah, I guess some of the do's and don'ts that I've kind of like included in the videos are just making sure that you do the general research on what your stones are. Some of them should not go in water, and that should definitely be part of your research because some of them become toxic when wet. Some of them, you get like this substance on your hand, and other times, it's just it's just an all around bad situation to just put them in water because they can get destroyed. And then also make sure that you don't eat your crystals or ingest them in any way because that is also incredibly bad for you. So, um,
Thank you.
just always make sure that you are using the appropriate cleansing practice for each crystal. And just because when we, say cleansing practice, it doesn't necessarily mean go ahead and submerge them in water. There's other ways of cleansing besides water.
Exactly. Yeah, there are any number of things that we've gone over them on other videos, but you can also sage them. You can use sound healing to clear them and set intentions with them. So there are a number of different ways that you can work with crystals after you've cleansed them energetically. But I also want to mention, just tagging on to the end of that, that while we're here to talk about things for emotional and spiritual healing, we're not doctors, and these crystals are not in any way intended to replace medicines or any kind of treatment regimen that your doctor, your psychologist, or psychiatrist has perhaps recommended to you, your homeopathic, physician has recommended. We just advocate the use of crystals strictly for aiding and enhancing your current activities. So, and you can also use them as a first line of defense if you start to feel this type of situation coming on, so that you can shift something out of a state of dis-ease and back into a state of ease if that's possible without having to go to any kind of physical healing or Western or Eastern medicine doctor. So I guess with that in mind, we can go ahead and dive right in with the next crystal in our lineup, which is citrine. Yeah,
It's a beautiful manifester.
that is. Oh my God, that's pretty. I
Yeah.
love that cluster. Oh man. I've got a couple of smaller samples. This one is like a citrine point, and it's difficult to see it in this light, but it is actually, a pale yellow. And it's got some little swirls of inclusion in it, which basically, just kind of authenticate it, if you will. And
Yeah.
then this one is really brilliant. If you look at it, you look at up close, it looks really deep golden color, which this may or may not be heat treated, but I think it isn't, because generally speaking, if they're heat treated, the color kind of dyed, basically, the color kind of goes all the way down to the bottom, and this one still has white, at the bottom. So I think it may be just a piece off of a big cluster, but it doesn't really matter in terms of energetically what they can do for you. They still have the same properties and the same ability to help you, whether they're regular natural citrine or heat treated citrine. So just wanted to point it out that sometimes people will do this and they'll make them a nice, rich, dark golden color. And they're really pretty, but they're not necessarily naturally that color.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But like Bree says, they are the great manifester, right?
Yeah. And they keep you on your path.
Intention.
They help keep things nice and sunny as far as like your disposition or just, any obstacles that you're going through in your life. And it really, I feel like it really also helps you like connect to your spirit team as well and get those messages from your spirit team really clearly.
Absolutely. It just like clears out that manifestation channel and brings in the divine energy so that you can bring it into form, with that, like Bree said, with combination of intention and action. It keeps you on your path when the going gets tough and when obstacles come up. Its power really helps you with emotional clarity and mental clarity. It's great for creativity and for maintaining that consistency. If you're trying to manifest something and you have to bring forth consistent action toward that achievement, toward that dream, toward that goal, you have to take decisive action to kind of stay in it despite any kind of adversity that may come up. So it can assist you too with like transforming those feelings of maybe I don't deserve to have everything I dream of, to knowing that yes, you do. And of course you do. And from like not really being sure to know you're just overflowing with abundance, because that's what this crystal's all about. It is all about bringing in abundance. It takes dark thoughts and brings optimism, happiness, playfulness. It's a really, really positive energy crystal.
Mhm.
So I don't know. To me, it's like getting your emotional second wind. What do you think, Bree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even this crystal is a great crystal to go ahead and kind of cleanse other crystals with their energies and just, great for grid, great for lightening things up and bringing in that playfulness.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the two big giant ones that sit behind me. Let me see if I can get out of the way. You can see the amethyst in the back. And the one that's forward, it doesn't have quite as much light sitting on it, but that's also a citrine cluster. And it's like getting this energy bath behind me all the time when I'm working in fifth desk. Phenomenal.
Yeah. So
But
fun.
citrine is also like one of two stones that never has to be charged, never has to be cleansed, right? It just never runs out of juice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it
And I
energizes money.
yeah. And I think we were going to talk about Kundalini citrine next.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
this is it. It's like a,
Oh, isn't it gorgeous. Oh my
it's
gosh.
like Kundalini pineapple citrine from the Congo. It's only found and sourced in the Congo. Um, but it's really special. It really is. And it does a great job at really just think of, the manifestation and everything that's good and wonderful with like citrine. This is like I almost
On
want to
steroids.
say citrine on steroids or like on crack, but like for like a really positive boost in a really good way. Um, think of those manifestations as like it's done. So it has that really good, overwhelmingly beautiful power that's associated with it as well. Very self-cleansing. It will cleanse other crystals that are on your table, and it's very good at transmuting as well. So just getting away or I guess diminishing the positive or diminishing the negative and like bringing in the positive.
Yeah. And it works out problems both on the 3D level and as well as on the emotional level. I mean, it's really beautiful, beautiful stone. That one looks like it's like a fountain of citrine just bubbling out of
Yeah,
the earth.
and you could see like
Oh man, what a gorgeous stone. Yay. That's like one of my all-time favorites. Oh, that's pretty. Thank you for sharing that. Really beautiful. Woo. So next we have dioptase, and it's also a really pretty stone. I hope it can show up in the light here. See how pretty that is? Deep, deep teal, blue, green, but a little more on the blue side. This stone reaches into like deep-seated sadness that needs to be released and healed. Like, those really tough heartaches or old abuse, neglect, abandonment, some of that deep-seated old stuff that might be lingering still within your psyche. But its energy takes the stuff like old childhood loss and turns it into self-love. It helps you just kind of make peace with all of that so that you can name it, claim it, and then let it go. It doesn't have to always define your story. It can just be part of what made you what you are today. And a lot of that heartache does give us the strength of character and the determination and the survival instincts that are actually good qualities that even come out of some of that deep, deep loss and sadness. But it helps you get out of living in the past, which is awesome, right? So you can interact with clarity and move forward based on facts as opposed to feelings, and in staying in the present, what's going on in the present. Do you have a sample of this, Bree? I was thinking yes or no.
I
I can't
think
remember.
so. I actually haven't worked with it. So
Oh, okay.
fun to learn and fun to get information on it as
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a great one. It's sort of like if you find yourself thinking of yourself as a victim of all those things that have happened to you, or a victim or a survivor, or you know somebody who's kind of caught in that loop of being a victim, as opposed to, yes, that happened to me, and stepping beyond that,
Mhm.
this kind of helps you empower yourself so you can release that past and continue your evolutionary path. So you can just kind of feel more peace and joy and fulfillment in life, because your past really doesn't have to define you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful stone. And you find it usually in little clusters like this, tiny little,
Mhm.
oh gosh, I wish I could get it to sparkle right, but it's just amazing. Little tiny little clusters. It's really pretty stone, but packs a big punch.
Yeah, I think it's cool how the crystals are kind of like going in their own way.
Yeah, yeah. But they go every different direction to reach out and grab that old stuff and help you let it go,
Yeah.
wherever it needs to come from, so that it can go where it needs to go. A lot of times people take on the shame and the blame of the perpetrator
Mhm.
that's not really theirs to take on, but they receive it and they kind of hold it in for a long time. And so dioptase is really great for helping you let that stuff go. It's
Yeah,
not yours. Yeah.
absolutely.
So next, we'll go on to emerald, which
Yeah.
is gorgeous. As a lot of people know, emeralds are royalty stones, but you can get them in raw, like Bree's got. That's beautiful. It's just as healing. It's just as effective and just as powerful as, a precious cut stone on your finger,
Yeah.
right? It's a really good emotional healer.
Yeah. Yeah,
How do
really
you?
really good heart healer. I actually have a ring of it that I forgot to get, but I love wearing my crystals and jewelry as well. As much as I love working with these big guys, I love absolutely wearing them. That's really special to me because it's like as long as they're in my aura, in my energy, I can really feel them working effectively. And it's like I can go from the house, I can go, other places, and it's like they're on me. I'm good. I'm
Yeah, it's like a reminder throughout the day. Like, this emerald, I usually wear with this blouse, but I took it off so that I would have it off to show. But you can actually see through emerald. It's somewhat translucent. And of course, when it's cut into a gemstone, it is totally reflective and translucent. But it's a really great stone. This one's shown here with a couple of rubies. But it helps you kind of display your true compassionate nature toward other people, in addition to bringing about all that healing in it. And it takes away some of that. Sometimes we have that feeling of unworthiness or fear of scarcity, coming from the world from a place of need and lack, as opposed to, I know there's plenty of everything in the universe, and I know that source has it all worked out in advance for me. And I know that good things are just around the corner for me if they're not already here right now, and so this kind of helps you get back from away from that unworthiness mindset into the abundance mindset, and knowing that it's right there and it's coming for you. All that abundance is coming for you. So
yeah.
it's really good to shift into a prosperity consciousness.
And it's really cool how like the abundance goes together with the heart healing. And it's like it's a good reminder too that if you're working on healing your heart and if you're working on doing some of that stuff as well, like the abundance just flows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What you think about expands, and it all starts with what we imagine, right?
Yeah.
Thoughts become words become actions, and actions become our reality. So we have the power to shift whatever.
Yeah.
And these are just so great to enhance that and to remind us of that. So anyway, next we have fluorite. I know, Bree, you've got some beautiful fluorite. Kabam. Look at that. That's gorgeous green fluorite.
Yeah.
Is that purple at the bottom of it? Because
Oh,
fluorite can go green, clear, purple. It's got a lot of different colors. They call it rainbow fluorite.
oh God. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see with my fingers in the way, but this is my my big fluorite that I've got.
Oh, Zam. I have a little baby fluorite by contrast. You
Oh,
can barely see that there's pink in there near the tip and kind of clear and down a little bit of pale green here.
mm,
But it's, again, it doesn't really matter how intense the colors are, but oh my God, look at that. Isn't that pretty?
a rough one.
Uh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful, rainbow fluorite. And then I've got this chunk of it. This is kind of what it looks like in raw form before anybody polishes it. You know,
Yeah.
white on this end, green on the other end, and the purple in the middle.
Yeah. And sometimes it can come in blue and yellow. And
Yep.
I've got a wand that's like yellow on the tip and then it gets more purple at the bottom. But
It
I
does come in a lot of different colors. These are the more common colors, though, wouldn't you say, Bree? The purple, the green, and the white.
the purple, green, and white are typically the more common ones. The blues and the yellows, I feel like are less common. I want to say that there's other colors of fluorite as well, besides those that we're mentioning. Like it's like a whole, whole rainbow of fluorite. And I guess I just love fluorite so much. I generally use it for just about anything. It really helps calm the mind and it really helps facilitate that energetic balance that's needed in your body to be able to heal and get those bad things out and those good things in. But it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely to work with. It's actually been my stone for the year 2024 that
Oh,
guys were like, you need to start working with some fluorite more. And this year has been, pretty nice.
yeah. It's a really calm and, like she said, a gentle stone, and it takes away confusion. You know, if you're having trouble making a decision or if you're feeling a little unstable, you can find a calm middle ground and some peace with this stone. It helps to just kind of smooth the waters in your heart and mind, so they say. But it also helps you kind of get through your feelings when you're in a state of overwhelm. You know, you can kind of ride it back with this stone. It's really good for that too.
Mm-hmm. And it shows
Yeah.
you your potential quite nicely too.
And if you can get a cluster of it, it's really good to have a cluster on your desk because it helps like lower the work-life stress, balance. You can have a cluster by your nightstand and a cluster on your desk, and it's really good to kind of help balance that so that you don't get too type A or too lazy. Right?
Yeah.
That keeps you in good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good for balance.
Yeah.
So I guess what's next? What's next? Oh, garnet.
Garnet.
Garnet's
Oh,
so
garnet.
pretty. I have small garnets, but they're all pieces of jewelry. And it is a translucent stone. I don't know if you can tell this from this video, but you can see through this garnet. But it's a dark red, kind of a brownish red. I've got two other garnets. You can see through that one a lot better. See that one? They're very translucent. And this one is more red than the other one, but also is see-through. Did you have garnet ones?
Yeah.
Oh,
This garnet, that's a little 4 millimeter beads. And then I've got this tumble garnet.
oh, that's a beautiful one. That's a really deep color.
Yeah.
Yeah. Garnet's really good for, besides being the January birthstone, which is my birthstone, it encourages optimism. But yeah, what do you use it for, Bree?
I love it for if I'm going through a hard time,
Mm-hmm.
like the stone, because I believe it helps with like sadness and energy blocks and things that just feel heavy. It really helps uplift.
Oh, cool. I've not used it for that. So that's really good to know.
Yeah.
I use it to build confidence and, to help me go ahead and step out there and take some action. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and also if you're trying to create something, like you're a writer or you're trying to design something and you just kind of get stuck, wearing it and meditating with it can help you sort of release those creative blocks. So
Yeah.
it's good for that. I
Yeah.
also find it, now this may just be me personally, but I find it good for meditating with to relieve financial anxiety. It helps bring about a sense of peace and knowledge that all will be well.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are a lot of gifts always heading our way from the universe, and that garnet can help you just kind of sit and remember that and be ready to receive what's coming in.
Mm-hmm. And it gives you ideas in a really creative way too. So you got you're with it and you're really just you're feeling the messages, feeling what you're getting from it. I feel like it's really it'll just it'll lead you on your path in a really beautiful way.
Great stone.
Yeah.
Really good. So next we come to hematite.
Yeah.
Hematite is a magnetic stone, which is really pretty cool. Looks like mercury, like quicksilver. Oh my God, that is so pretty. That big honking piece.
Yeah.
I've got a little sample of it. To me, it kind of looks like gunmetal, silver, shiny silver gray.
Hmm.
And it's heavy, it's got some heft to it, some weight to it, and it is magnetic. So
Yeah.
it's really one of the most grounding of all the stones that,
Hmm.
that I work with anyway. How about you?
Yeah, it does the work of being grounding, but not feeling like it's too much. I have friends that are Geminis who are happy to use this stone, and they're like, yeah, it does wonders because it's not as intense as some of the other darker grounding stones. It does its job, and it does it really nicely, without feeling like it's too much.
It's one of those like helps you see the silver lining stones whenever there's, you're going through some adversity or a dark cloud, and it kind of helps give you the courage to move on through that phase and come out the other side. It's really good to also to keep on hand if you're doing some what I call shadow work. We all have that side of ourselves that we present to everybody, and that we want to put our best foot forward and let everybody see the good side of our personality. But we all have those, idiosyncrasies, quirks, negative traits, I guess, if you want to go there. And this is a good stone to keep on hand when you're working with that shadow stuff so that you can help bring it forward, accept that side of you for what it is, and integrate it into the whole of you. It
Hmm.
helps you carry high frequency energy when you're doing this while still remaining, connected to the earth and connected to your body, and just it's all really good for integrating all that is you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think the last stone that we're going to talk about today
We've
is
got yeah.
howlite. Is this pretty white stone with this gray silver veining in it. Ooh, that's a beautiful one. I love it. I love it. It's another gentle stone. At least to me it is, right, Bree?
It is to me as well. Yeah, it's ultra calming. Um,
Very
it's
interesting.
it's there. Yeah, good for sleeping. Good for if you want to lessen some anxiety in your life. It's great for that too. Um,
Tension, you can put it and meditate with it here for tension, anxiety.
yeah,
Just when things get really intense emotionally, it's a good it's almost like a reset. It's
I,
just got this calming, loving energy that
yeah,
helps. If you need patience, I hate to pray for patience because then I feel like the universe gives me all these opportunities to practice patience, and I don't really need that in my life. But if you find yourself facing that and you need to come up with some patience, this isn't a bad stone to keep on hand to remind you to help you with that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's really good for headaches too. If you're experiencing that, you want to try it.
Yeah,
For I feel like that would be a good one. Yeah,
that totally makes sense.
yeah.
So if you like this video, please hang in there. We've got several more to come. And if you would just hit like and subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to build this and bring you more videos. And with that, I will say goodbye for now. And thanks so much. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye. Thank you.